The film begins by showing a drug dealer named Diego, who has just arrived at his residence. He guarded several bodyguards. Diego went straight into the room to meet his girlfriend. While taking a shower, Diego is shot from a distance by a sniper. Elsewhere, a sniper named Brandon is attending the funeral of his partner. At the funeral, Brandon meets his boss named Richard. Richard asked Brandon to go to Colombia. There was a murder involving sniper. Brandon was told to hide the case. In Colombia, Brandon meets with the chief of police there. He explained that this case involved a drug dealer named Morales. He is a long-sought fugitive. It is suspected that Morales committed the murder of another drug dealer who was his rival. Morales hired a professional sniper to kill them. Brandon was assisted by Estrada, a leader of the Colombian Drug Enforcement Administration, or commonly known as DFA. Estrada said that the intelligentsia knew Morales' position. Tomorrow, Estrada and the team will carry out an ambush at that location. Brandon's job is to protect the team remotely. Brandon is assisted by an officer named Santiago. Brandon and Santiago were already in a hidden position, observing Estrada and team. Meanwhile, Estrada and the team had arrived at the location. They were dropped off about 1 kilometer from the location, taking a detour so that the ambush would not be discovered. The police at headquarters, who are observing the operation, have a visitor named John. He said he was sent by the Department of Security to oversee the operation of the ambush. Estrada and the team seem close to the target house. Troops and equipment are in stand-by position. Weapons, reconnaissance drones, and snipers are also ready. This arrest should have gone smoothly. However, when the team was ordered to enter the house, suddenly a bomb exploded, killing all the troops in the house. From a distance, there is another sniper watching them. The sniper opened fire and hit the leg of a soldier on guard. Then, when Estrada helped him, the sniper opened fire again with a special bullet, and boom, it hit the soldier's head. Once safe, Brandon came out of hiding. He realized that this was a trap, that this operation was already known to Morales. The sniper who shot earlier was a professional. After the failed operation, Brandon rested at the army dormitory. He has Santiago watch over the building. Instead of sleeping, Brandon was seen studying the sniper strategy earlier. He was also curious about the type of bullet he used. Meanwhile, Estrada was seen crying in the elevator. He still couldn't accept his colleague's death. He went to a nightclub to find someone. Just as he entered, Estrada was immediately harassed by a drunk visitor. Estrada immediately beat the man to the ground. It turned out that Estrada wanted to meet a friend who was also a confidential informant. The man's name was Carlos. He said that Morales hired a professional sniper nicknamed El Diablo, or the Devil. Aims to finish off all his business rivals. Carlos advises Estrada not to get too involved in this case, as it is dangerous for his safety. Brandon gets word from Santiago, who is watching on the roof of the building. He saw the reconnaissance laser that sniper used to use. Brandon immediately went up to the roof and prepared his gun. Finally, there was a fierce battle between these two professional snipers. Here you can see El Diablo's bullets are clearly different from bullets in general, which almost killed Brandon. In Chief Brandon's office, Sergeant Richard explains about the bullet used by El Diablo. It turned out to be a smart bullet, which uses high technology. This smart bullet is the property of the US Department of Defense. On the other side of town, Morales is seen with his men. The notorious Morales appears to be tough on one of his subordinates. This frightened the rest of his men. Morales is told by his men that Brandon and Estrada are still alive. Morales also contacted El Diablo. It turned out that El Diablo was already at Morales' desk, pointing a gun at him. El Diablo asked Morales to pay his wages. But Morales refused to pay. If he wants to be paid, Morales asks El Diablo to kill the two men. Estrada already got El Diablo's girlfriend's home address from Carlos. When Estrada, Brandon and Santiago were heading there, suddenly his car was hit from the side. Brandon and Estrada survive, but Santiago dies. Brandon manages to finish off Morales' men, while Estrada disappears. It turns out that Estrada went to El Diablo's girlfriend's house. He was surrounded by thugs. Lucky he was saved by Brandon. They managed to get hold of El Diablo's girlfriend necklace. On the necklace is a photo of El Diablo. Based on the photo, El Diablo's identity is known. Brandon and Estrada suspect that Morales has someone inside the government. Because Morales' movement is very fast, as if he already knows everything. They meet Carlos hoping to get the latest information. But Carlos doesn't know who the insider is. He can only show who is backing Morales. Later Brandon can finish them off to lure Morales out. This action was opposed by John's agent. He said Brandon's actions could cause chaos, but other police leaders supported Brandon's actions. It turned out that this action was effective enough to lure Morales out of hiding. Morales came to El Diablo, who was sleeping with his girlfriend. He offered a large sum of money to kill Brandon and Estrada tonight. El Diablo meets local thugs to help him in exchange for money. El Diablo asked the thugs to catch Carlos and hang him alive. El Diablo lures Brandon and Estrada to save Carlos. When they save Carlos, El Diablo will shoot both of them later. But as a professional sniper, Brandon realized this was a trap. Brandon asks Estrada not to come out. He shoots the rope hanging Carlos, but after falling, Carlos is shot by El Diablo. Brandon and Estrada had no other choice but to stay in a safe position. The next day, while everyone is mourning Carlos' death, Brandon sees someone who is acting suspiciously. The young man is Morales' subordinate, who is actually a good boy. He also showed Morales where he was hiding. Eventually Morales was arrested without a fight. Morales will then be brought to the United States to undergo trial. It turns out that El Diablo also followed by disguising himself as someone else. At the airport, troops were seen making preparations to accompany Morales to the Attorney General's office. There Brandon met with his superiors. Major Richard shows the bullet used by El Diablo. This smart bullet is a sophisticated and newest bullet. Richard also said that El Diablo was a former soldier who had worked at the United States Department of Defense. El Diablo stole more than 100 of the smart bullets. El Diablo was ready with his gun. He watched the convoy of cars escorting Morales out of the airport. Seeing the convoy leave first, John's agent asked Brandon why they haven't joined him. Brandon replied, "The convoy was just a decoy. The real Morales would be leaving any minute." El Diablo accurately shot the white van until it exploded. Brandon, who had been monitoring El Diablo's position, immediately fired a shot that penetrated El Diablo's head. It is finally revealed that John's agent is the one who has been helping Morales run his drug business.